Hey guys, what's up? I was finally able to catch up on some sleep, and so I had more time to examine the Menat trailer and basically just get a better understanding of how Menat will play and her move list. So first off, I'm actually really surprised that Capcom has not posted anything on the Capcom Unity blog, so we don't know about her move list or any specifics on her V system. We're basically just still in the dark. We don't know exactly how everything works. But we're still going to break this down anyways. First off, I want to give a shout out to Sonic Soul, who was helping me out on this and saved me a lot of time. We broke down the trailer together live on Twitch, and I'll basically summarize everything we did because it was like over 2 hours we were breaking it down, and I'll summarize everything in this video. So now at a glance, a lot of people are of course comparing Menat to Rose, and while that is fair, she, because she has straight up some very similar moves, she's also very similar to another character if you look at the trailer more closely, and that character is Dalsum. So let me explain why. First off, many of her normals use the Orb and have very long range because of the Orb, and the Orb also has its own hitbox. So you can see at the very start of the trailer she does her standing hard kick against Ryu as an anti-air, and pretty much since the Orb is its own hitbox, there is no chance of these attacks colliding with her leg, so there's no chance for this attack to trade. So it's obviously a very reliable anti-air, and if she has any pokes that are super long range, they'll be very reliable as well. You can also imagine this is really good versus players who just like the neutral jump just randomly because they're baiting something. So in general, if they're close enough to you, you can just swat them out of the air with her standing hard kick if the Orb is on you. Menat also seems to have slow walk speed and a slow dash. You can only see her walk for a very short moment in the trailer, so I can't fully tell, but her dash is clearly slow. If you count the frames in the trailer, it's around 20 to 21 frames, and just for reference, Dalsum's forward dash is 21 frames. She does this little skip forward, but it is a slow dash nonetheless. She also has some similar moves to Dalsum as well. She has a drill kick, like a dive kick move where she goes down. Of course, many of you guys have seen that. It allows her to combo afterwards as well, just like Dalsum if he spaces it correctly. In the trailer, we see it being used to punish a throw tech attempt from Ryu when she sets the Orb back, which pushes Ryu towards her and just makes it threatening that Ryu could be thrown. Has a really nice animation too when you go through it really slowly. She also has a slide similar to Dalsum as well that goes underneath fireballs. It doesn't seem to knock down, but you can see that when she's using her V Trigger, it will allow her to combo afterwards. Now another interesting command normal I should mention is Menat's overhead kick. So it seems like she can just straight up special cancel from it. This is a big deal, guys. I think that makes her the only character in the game that can do this off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure, unless you count Balrog's overhead or Urien's target combo into his overhead cancel into V Trigger. But besides that, she can just straight up special cancel from it. She doesn't have to use V Trigger. Now the range on this looks really good for an overhead attack that you can special cancel out of, and we don't know the startup of it. It could be like really slow, right? Something to balance it. But then that probably means that it's safe on block if it's slow. Either way, and we know for sure it's an overhead, guys, because Ryu is like blocking and crouching, unless the the trailer's trying to throw us off. So anyways, either way, since Menat can special cancel it, that means that she can combo afterwards because she can send the Orb back. Like I said, in this case, that we can see her do that in the trailer. I would definitely expect Menat to not be able to cancel this when the opponent actually blocks the overhead, because that'd be dumb, because then she could special cancel it and make it safe. It's probably your typical -6, unless, of course, like I said, if it's a very slow startup overhead, then it's probably like 0 on block or safe. I wonder if she could just straight up super cancel from this. Like, she hits you with the overhead, and then she just cancels in the super. That would be nuts. Even if she can't, though, she could just combo into super anyways by linking afterwards, after hitting the overhead. So either way, she's going to land a super from an overhead, judging from this trailer. This, like I said, it looks really powerful, and considering that Menat also has this long-range Orb Attack at the beginning of the trailer, I'm not quite sure what it is. Could be a command norm or something, but it seems to hit low, and it's really long range. But I don't know for sure, of course. But it would make it extra scary if she has these two moves working together. It just make her neutral, just really good. She still has her slide though, and that obviously hits low, so that's another far range low option that the opponent has to worry about, on top of the Orb itself, of course, coming back. So really scary. So let's talk about Menat's special moves now. She has an Orb Toss. This does two main things. First off, if Menat has the orb on her, then this will set the orb out in a specific direction based on the strength of the input. This also acts as a projectile, so it's an attack in itself. The second part of this special move is if Menat has already placed the orb on the screen, then inputting this special move again will bring the orb back to Menat. I'm not sure if the strength determines like which direction it comes back from, but once again it acts like a projectile, and if the opponent blocks it, it also pushes them towards Menat. The orb itself juggles the opponent if it hits them in the air, which allows you to do a nice throw combo afterwards. The EX version of this orb toss turns into a capture on hit. So if it hits the opponent, it acts like kind of like a throw, but it's, you know, has to hit. It has 3 different directions, just like the normal version that she can throw out, and it's most likely decided on which combination of 2 buttons you press. So, for example, if it's core, circle, forward, punch, then the EX version would be like, you know, light, medium, or light, hard at the same time, etc. The one that hits low seems to do a restand capture. So it sends the opponent towards her, and then you're basically both at 0, or maybe she's a little bit plus. So it allows like a reset situation. And the other 2 just straight up toss the opponent and end the combo. It's just like combo filler, basically. Now another special is her soul throw. So this looks like an anti-air command throw like you guys would expect, just like Rose, but it might have a slightly slow startup judging from the trailer. On the plus side though, it seems to be a great combo ender, so you can combo to it very reliably anyways. I think that's it for special moves, guys. Seriously, she might only have 2 special moves, with her orb toss, of course, being pretty layered. Unless like I messed up on something, I didn't see something from the trailer, or maybe the trailer just straight up doesn't show us the rest of her special moves. Once again, we don't have the move list, guys, so I don't know at this time. Now let's talk about Menat's V system. Her V reversal is their typical movement, one where she teleports away from the opponent to the other side. Even though teleport is a cool animation, I would assume you could just easily bait and punch this, just like Rashid or Nash, who also teleports when he does his V reversal. Her V skill though, it acts kind of like Rose's Soul Reflect. She'll reflect a projectile and can even use this as an attack. It has its own hitbox. She can cancel into her V skill off of her normals, which is pretty unique. You can also easily combo into it. You see it a lot in the trailer. If you already have an orb in place, you can cancel into her V skill, and after the V skill hits, you can cancel that into your orb coming back and continue the combo afterwards. So pretty layered on that. Looks like her V skill will be something that you'll be using constantly and comboing into, which reliably gives her V gauge. She also has another angle of her V skill, where she is like using it diagonally upwards, most likely done by pressing down in V skill at the same time. This looks like she could be used as an anti-air, as you see in the trailer, and it will juggle the opponent up really high and making it really easy to continue a combo afterwards. I can also assume that this will also reflect projectiles, even though she's pointed in an upwards direction. It will probably send the projectile diagonally upwards and catch the opponent if he anticipates it and tries to jump ahead of time, just like Rose, for example. This might also be good against Akuma's air fireballs, or maybe even against an air EX kunai. That'd be interesting. Okay, now onto Manatsu V Trigger. This has her summon 6 additional orbs around her body. They don't seem to have their own hitbox, and what I mean is like she doesn't like just walk into their opponent and the orbs start hitting them like Soul Satellite or Ouroboros, for example. But they do fly out in front of her, and they do become projectiles, and they do start hitting the opponent. I'm not sure exactly how you send them out, how that whole process works. I'm not sure if it's tied to your buttons or pressing V trigger again, but it's possible that it's a timed sequence. And what I mean is like they just start coming out automatically at a certain time intervals, and you can't control it, and you just know that once they start coming out, they'll all start coming out at the same speed. Similar to like Virgil's sword, for example, from MVC3, where he does the crown. This also allows Menat to do some very intricate combos, where she recovers from all of her attacks, and every time you recover, another orb hits the opponent and keeps them in like hit stun, and allows her just to keep the combo going for a really long time, as you can see in the trailer. I would imagine there's a lot of scaling on this since the combos are so long. They're going up to 14 plus hits, and I'm curious on how much damage these orbs will do individually. I hope it's a lot, because I don't want Menat to be one of these characters where they do these long, really cool combos, but they just do no damage, and Abigail just hits you twice and does like 3 times more damage. And hopefully it's not like that. We also don't know if Menat gets hit if she gets hit when she has her V Trigger active, if the orbs just straight up automatically disappear. That'd be devastating. So if it does disappear, if Menat gets hit, then she can't just carelessly activate her V Trigger and then go ham on the opponent. She's got to be careful, and just, yeah, if she wants to try it. If they don't go away, then definitely Menat would want to, you know, get in and start rushing the opponent down. But she can make a lot of her stuff safe with the orbs in general. For example, she can do her slide, and as the orbs are coming, the opponent has to look out for this because it'll probably interrupt his combo and just make your moves safe. We don't know how many bars of V gauge Menat will have, at least at the time of recording this video, but judging from her V Trigger and looking at it, I'm going to guess it's 2 bars total. So let's wrap this up, guys. That was a quick and dirty breakdown. We're only a single day away from Menat, so I don't want to go too hard on this. I'm going to assume that the Street Fighter V servers are going to be going down on Tuesday for maintenance till the evening, and then Menat will be available. So stay tuned, guys. I'll be covering this character very, very closely, so expect a bunch of guides on Menat in the future. So don't forget to like the video, guys, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. And as of course, I'll keep you updated on more fighting game news in the future. So till then, guys, take care.